Well, howdy there, Internet students. It's Mr. Hermanson again. Today we're going to learn how to compute percent change. The way we're going to do it is we're going to find out what that change is first. We're going to use that as our part, and then we're going to use the original as the whole, always. So here's how that'll work. There's this cute little song you can sing if you want. You can make up your own melody to it, but I'm not really into songs, so I won't be singing to that today. Um, so, you guys, just a couple things you need to know here. A tip would be a percent increase, right? If you add tip to a meal. Markup is an increase of a percent. A discount would be decreasing by a percent because you're taking it up. So just some things you know. Coupon would be a decrease. You're taking off. And a sale is going to be a decrease, right? Because you're taking off an amount. You don't want to pay more when something goes on sale. All right. So if I used to make $25 and now I make 27, what is my percent increase? To figure that out, you need to figure out your increase first in dollars. So you're going to take your new amount minus your old amount, 27 minus 25, which is 2. So you make $2 more. That's going to be your part in your percent. So that's going to go there. And then your whole is always going to be the old amount or the original amount, the amount you start with, which is 25. And then you just want to change that to a percent. So at this point, you're going to do 2 times 100, multiply kitty corner. Remember doing that. And then you're going to divide that by the other number. And so we get 8. So if you went from 25 to $27, that's an 8% increase. All right. So we're going to do a few problems. Now decrease works exactly the same. I'll do this one with you. So you started with 60. So right away you're thinking, oh, that's my whole. That's the original amount. So 60 goes there. Okay. Now the number, the part, will be how much you went down. So to figure out how much you went down, you're going to subtract your old and your new amounts. And that's 10. Okay. So then you need to do 10 times 100 divided by 60. And so that we get about 17 point, it says round to the nearest 10. So that would be 16, I think it was, 16.7% decrease. All right. So go ahead, you guys try these 3, and I'll put my work in here so you can check back and see if you got them right. So in this last one, I just want to show you one little shortcut that I do. When I know that I'm finding the percent, I can do a shortcut. So we are going from 30 to 18. So I do 30 minus 18, which is 12. That's my part. And my whole is the original amount, which is 30. At this point, I just go right to my calculator and do 12 divided by 30. Just change that ratio into decimal. And then in my head, I'll move the decimal over 2 places to change it to a percent, which mathematically that's multiplied by 100. So now that you guys are used to changing decimals into percent from the problems we just did, I'm going to put a 0 here so I can move it over 2 places. You can go ahead and use that shortcut if you like. Otherwise, if you are comfortable with writing out the whole proportion more, that's fine with me. Okay? So number 6 says, now I make $9.50 an hour before I made $8.30. You guys should be thinking, now which of those numbers is my original that I made? Okay? And that would be the $8.30 is your original because you went up to $9.50. And then you have to think, how much did I go up? So you subtract $9.50 minus 830, and that's $1.20. That's your part. And then, like I said, I mean, you could fill out this whole proportion thing if you want, but when you're turning to a percent, you're really just changing this ratio into a decimal and then into a percent by dividing. So I'm thinking 120 divided by 830, and then I just move the decimal over 2 places, so I'm thinking 14.45. That would be 14.5 if you round to the nearest 10th. All right, for these next couple problems, we are actually going to increase or decrease by that amount. And again, we're going to have to add or subtract to do this. Okay, so I'm going to set up a proportion right away. We have a $15 meal. That's the whole part of the meal. So that's going to be our whole. And the whole is always 100%. Okay? So they always go together, the whole and the 100%. Now, if you're adding 6% onto that, that means you have the meal plus an additional 6% added on. Okay, so if you just had the meal, it would be 100%. So this is your 100%. Since I'm adding 6% to that total, I'm going to have, in the end, 106% of the total. So that's what I want to use. You could just take your 15, figure out what 6% of 15 is, which is 90 cents, and then add those two. I think it's easier to add these two first because you can do that in your head. So that makes it a little easier. So then you just do 15 times. Now here's a shortcut I would do on this problem. Since I know the decimal for 106% is 1.06, and I know I need to multiply those two, I'm just going to multiply 15 times 1.06. And that gives me the answer, which is 1590. Okay, now we're going to do that with a discount. Okay, on number 8 here, we're taking 12% off. Okay, so the first thing I'm doing, I'm thinking that my original cost is 100% of the cost. So I don't get any off. If I take off 12%, that means the new cost will be 100% minus 12%, or 88% of the original. Now, if you want to set up a proportion for that, then there's your percent, 88. Remember that your 100 or 100% is the original cost of the book, which is 8. And now you can do that ratio. Now, here's how I would do it personally. You could do 8 times 88 divided by 100, or just do 8 times the decimal for 88%, which is 0.88. Eight times 0.88 equals 7.04. Or $7.04. All right. So here's that little song again. Hope you figured out the melody for that, because I haven't. A sweatshirt was originally $35, but is on sale for 25% off. Now, so I'm just get you started here, and then I'll let you figure out the rest. Remember that your original is 100% if you pay the whole amount. You're going to take 25% off that. We want to know what you're going to pay. So you're going to pay 25% less than the original 100%, which means you're going to pay 75%. Okay? So go ahead and do the next two problems. See, and I'll put my work down so that you can check it, see if you were right. All right, here's the answers I got. You can pause it and check your work and make sure you got those. Fix whatever you need to fix. On these next couple problems, we're going to add on. Okay, so again, whatever your original was, the CD is $15. Sales tax adds on. You have to actually pay more so that the government gets a little money from that sale. Always remember that your original is the 100. So always put that next to your 100 on the bottom. Okay, and then if you are adding on to that 100%, so this 15 is your 100%, plus your sales tax is 7%. In the end, you're going to have to pay 107% of the original. Or in this case, 15. 107% of 15. So put 107 right there. Now, my shortcut is I know that the decimal, I know I need to multiply these two, and the decimal for 107% is 1.07. So I would just do 15 times 1.07, which is $16.05. All right, go ahead and try the next one. You're adding 5% on for sales tax. Do it just like I did the last one. See if you get it right. So let's just summarize real quick here. A couple things. Your original or your old is 100% if you pay that amount. You're always going to have to add or subtract the percent to that 100%. So plus or minus the percent to get the percent that you need in the problem, because you're either paying a little bit more than 100% or a little bit less than 100% if it's on sale. All right, and if you can remember that, you will have no problem with this. So, and the other thing you should remember is with percent change, when you're going from an old amount to a new amount, that you have to subtract first. That's the easiest way to do it. Okay, you should be ready for the assignment now. Good luck with that, and we'll talk to you soon.